Yeah. Someone at the door, John, now I'm here to stay. Tell me who the fuck gonna face the music. More brick laying, less screen time. Been cutting back on the daily usage. Long road for the road dogs, for the weird miles from a soapbox. Got BKTs on this bitch, so everybody getting rolled on, yeah. Yeah, everybody getting rolled on. Check all this credits on BMI. I'm just too kind to expose y'all. And I see a team with a gold sign and question if y'all ever wrote songs. All enemies of mine, a band study.
Andres, don't fuck with the armor, bro. You don't want none of that. You don't want none of that, bro. No, you watched Mandalorian season 3, didn't you?
No, I tell you, I'm not a good.
Oh, so you didn't know who that was, did you?
No, it was that Jack Black. It seemed like Jack.
No. That was the Armorer. The Armorer is the Hey, folks, how's it going? MCU's Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast presents the first episode ever of the titled yet not produced with any actual logo or intro or anything whatnot because of my lazy ass. Being the first episode of the MCU Bleeding Edge report. I wanted to add Andres in the title, but it just was too damn long with his fucking name. So you know what I'm saying? It was too much.
You just put a pop culture guy. That's it.
Yeah, I could have. That's right. I could have added that. Andres the pop culture guy, of course. I'm trying to get to a title. He does so many shows with at this point. I'm struggling with like descriptions and how to like come up with words to like describe him. So I put with the one I put with today was frequent collaborator, fellow content creator, and well thanked and appreciated guest on the MCU's Bleeding Edge. There you go. So, there you go. I don't think you can say it better than that, right, Andres? What's up, buddy? Appreciate that.
Pretty good. Very excited for the stuff we're going to discuss.
That's right. Well, you know what? That honestly, and Andres, if anything, you can probably take over when we, as far as I'm concerned, once we get into the Flash. You break it down. What do we get into?
So we got 3 themes for this first report episode. Basically, we're just going to discuss the Flash bombing last week and not doing pretty good at the box office. So that's our main discussion. And then second, we're going to do a trailer reaction, right? Like our discussion on Kraven the Hunter that came out last week. Oh boy, that's going to be something. And then our last part will be a 2-episode discussion on the Walking Dead City spinoff that stars Negan, played by Jeffrey D. Morgan, and then of course the second, of course, Maggie Green, of course, played by Lauren Cohen, great actress. And so they're the leads of this 6-episode run that's going to go through, I think, July, right? It's going to be finished July. So so that's our main topics and discussion for this first ever Bleeding Edge report. Right?
Oh yeah, that's right. And as I was saying, Andres, because folks, I mean, part of the coolest part about being a live streamer is that like, yes, we chat in our private chat and here and whatnot and everything. And sometimes there's actually some interesting, funny shit that happens in there, to be honest with you. And sometimes there's some serious shit that goes down in there too, believe it or not. Like that we just keep to ourselves because we don't need to put that out there. But some shit gets pretty deep in there sometimes. But we like to be professional, so we keep it in there. When we got to point out that somebody fly is unzipped and their penis is hanging out, for the show or something, you know what I mean? Or some chick's titties hanging out. You know what I mean? But and Andres is right there on that shit. He jumps right in. But and Andres, let me just give you props right off the bat on your green screen, bro. Good job.
No problem. This is if you see my videos, this is pretty much my main logo when the episode starts. My videos.
But no, Andres and I, we're such veteran content creators that we don't even like we don't do production meetings and all that kind of stuff and whatnot, right? Like we just figure out live stream how we're going to handle, the duties of the show, whatnot, and split things up and divvy up the responsibilities. So we don't even care. That's the cool part about live streaming, bro. You can actually you can explain the creative process of what we're even doing and whatnot during the show. And believe it or not, people actually do find something interesting.
Yeah.
Do you ever meet people who come across people who are actually interested and want to know what content creation's like?
Yeah, a lot of people cares about that. If anyone's seen this, they can gladly tell us we can do that as a topic for next episode or
That's
the
right.
future.
That's actually a really good point, Andres. I'm glad you pointed that out. Anybody out there at any given point, we do support and always have supported, especially any creator, but new creators or aspiring creators. People who haven't even started shows. We're always happy to support you. If you ever want to jump on the panel or whatnot, just to get a feel for the live streaming and whatnot, if you're going to get living, you're happy to join us for on the show. I'm always happy to try to find one for you that's fun for you and that you get something out of it. And besides that, like Andre said, if you actually would like us to get into some of the intrinsics in the background and whatnot of what we do, to make these shows work, what goes into it and whatnot and all that, we'd be happy to get into it, explain some of it and whatnot, Just expect Andres to handle more of the professional shit and me to just make jokes and play stupid memes during it. But and we can do an unboxing video too. I'll unbox my new dildo. With you, Andres, and we can do an unboxing. But no, we can do anything with this show. That's the great part about it, folks. We don't even know. This is not I thought about adding fandom to this, but then I didn't want to because I thought, what if we want to cover, who knows what, right? What if we want to, friggin' just who knows? I don't even know. Just cover anything, get into something that's not even hasn't to do with TV or movies or entertainment, and actually get into some more intrinsical stuff, some more deep stuff, actually talking more about for instance, the production behind some of these shows that we cover, right? Not just the episodes themselves, but what goes into them. Right now, we're going to cover the first episodes of Dead City. I looked on YouTube and really wanted to find Andres that what do they call that bonus material there at the end of the episodes? That was my problem.
It's called behind the scenes. It's just called behind the scenes.
They have a 5-minute thing, just like they do on HBO, like they did during House of the Dragon, which and during Last of Us. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the you brought out HBO. Showtime does it too. So I think a couple of subscription channels like Showtime or I guess Amazon Prime, some of those competitors do behind the scenes stuff and episodes. That's how strict.
Rings of Power, but they didn't do anything like that during Rings of Power. You know what I'm saying? There was never any director, explanation type stuff or whatever, whatnot. But during Last of Us, it was funny because you didn't come on with any of those episode reviews, I don't think. Cyber didn't like it. He didn't think it was any worth. But I loved bringing it when I would moderate. I loved bringing in those. I would play those parts. I'd play that whole thing and whatnot, right? And then I would bounce a question or two off that to end the show, right? Because I loved it. I honestly did, and so did everybody else in the shows. They loved it too. When what's his name? We haven't reviewed it was so long, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal's character, or
no, the creator of the game, and the director of what's it called? That movie I still haven't seen yet, but I hear all the time is awesome. That Stellan Skarsgård was in.
Recently.
That movie about the place in Russia where the nuclear explosion.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. Yes, it's really good.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I don't have HBO, so I'm a little behind.
I haven't seen it. I supposedly it's really good. Neil, I forget his name, but he, it was him and the creator of the. That's the thing, too. I'll be honest with you, Andres and folks. Once we get done reviewing these series, the farther out we get from them, I can't remember the damn names of the freaking directors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I forget all of it. I can't remember the names of the actors, and that's just half the time. It's tough. It all this stuff. But no, honestly, Andres, as far as I'm concerned, No, anytime you want to jump in and whatnot and take over on one of these segments or whatnot, I'm totally fine with it. It frees me up to use my equipment, whatnot, everything, and be able to bring in more graphics and more visuals to the show. For instance, when we do the
Okay.
Flash tournament right now, I can pull up some actual numbers in the box office and whatnot, and we can
Yeah.
delve into what's actually happened. If you want to go ahead and start us off with that, feel
Okay.
free. You know, and let me just mention, folks, please, we're gonna plug Andres' actual YouTube channel and whatnot, and everything, his channels during the show and at the end of the show. And Andres, if you want to drop me links in the private chat, I'll actually drop them during the show. For it's not just at the end.
Yeah.
But no, Andres, is literally almost 1,000 subs, right, on his one YouTube channel, and
Yeah.
we really like
178.
that's right.
Seven-
We'd like to see that happen here, like pretty quickly. I mean, honestly, I don't think it should take till the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like for it to occur, we should be able to make that happen. So, folks,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm not going to plug anything for the MCU's Bleeding Edge. I'm not even going to bother. Andres has done a lot for us. He's a great guest, great creator, very professional, very reliable, very loyal, good friend. And so at that point, all I care about is that you support him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's all I give a shit about. And Cyber Sharp too.
Yeah.
And
Cyber. Let's
there's
not forget about Cyber.
there'll be no fucking rivalry or whatever between Andres and Cyber because they're like 100 between 100, I think, or whatever, like between subs on their way to 1,000. I think Cyber actually is kind of pissed off. To be honest with you, I'm just messing with you, Cyber. He thinks it's funny and shit right now. I think it kind of pisses. Cyber seems pretty competitive to me.
I don't know. Not really. I think he's a good sport.
I think he can be pretty competitive with that stuff. I think he does. I think he gets into it.
Hey, just support Cyber to reach that 100 mark, and he will get to that this year as well. So it's just like I put out more content and other things to try to reach to that point. Because it's not only subscribers, the YouTube ones. They always want the hours and
they want the watch hours. They want that's there you go. That's a good opportunity for a good lesson there, folks. Just because you reach 1,000 subs doesn't mean you get monetized. Although they did drop it already recently, didn't they? They dropped it down to 500 monetization now. They did.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
I can't believe they freaking did that, man. That pisses me off, Andres. I don't like that. I'll be honest with you. Do you agree with me? I don't like that. Because that 1,000 number, that's one piece of advice that someone actually gave me about YouTube. The only person, nobody gives anybody advice in content creation, folks. No one does. You know what I'm saying? No one. I do. Andres does. Only certain people do it. Nobody, but one person did tell me, "Hey, that first 1,000 is the wall. That's the fucking like that. That is like the mark. Like if you know what I'm saying. That's hitting that is where people just die and quit and give up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a climb, right? You don't know what it's going to take. But once you get past that mark, it opens everything up. And I experienced that in real life with the Bleeding Edge because it does. It changes everything.
Yeah.
Not the monetization aspect. It's more than that. It's how YouTube treats you. It's that simple. The analytics change, you know what I'm saying, whatnot. The algorithm changes, right? Not like, and then as you go farther from there, it just gets easier and easier. Then they actually start focusing on your videos, supporting your content. You don't even know it. All of a sudden, you're on YouTube and you're seeing your video, and YouTube is actually spotlighting it.
Yeah.
But no, as far as the Flash goes, it says, Andres, before you head into this, I just want to point out that we did do our review on it, whatnot. We all loved it. We all gave it really good. We all gave it, I think, above a 9. All of us did, right, Andres? For the
I think you were the only one that gave it a 9. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. What did Cyber give it?
I think he was behind me, 7 out of 10.
Okay. Well, I flubbed on that then.
Yeah, the other one, I think he said 8 out of 10, maybe. Ugh, I can't remember, but we were positive.
We were 9. Was it a 9 or 8.5 or something like that?
Yeah, that's what you say.
I thought it was a pretty solid movie.
Yeah, what it was. This week I'm gonna post my spoiler cast with Chris, and we're a little more critical, which is fine. I mean, I say I still stick with my 6.5 out of 10 still. Because I still think it's better than some of the other, misses of the DC films.
It's a lot better than a lot of the MCU Phase 4 movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Better than Shang-Chi.
Oh no, no, no!
No.
I like Shang-Chi. That's a good
Okay,
movie.
that's fair.
I mean,
It's
like
better than It's better than Love and Thunder, baby.
yes, that I can agree with. It's much better than Love and Thunder. I'll watch The Flash over Love and Thunder, but yeah, but overall, like I mean, people were positive, but again, it just like the DC extended universe thing was always a difficult shared universe. It divided people. Like people cannot agree, which is like it never pleases everyone. Like since Men of Steel, like
I
10 years
think
ago.
when they made the Gun Saffron move, I think I didn't realize this, but they probably should have anticipated that everything they were going to put out until they actually started releasing that stuff, and even in the beginning of that, the first few films they put out are probably not going to do well.
Hmm.
I don't think they will. I don't.
Okay. All right.
Because
So
what you pointed out, that resentment in the fandom.
yeah, that's true. So it's difficult to say. Like
I
like
think
I'm a
eventually people will. I think even the people in the DC and the fandom who are pissed will eventually be like, you know what, the hell with it. I gotta buy this movie ticket and start watching these movies. I'm hearing things now. I'm not saying they're gonna be bad at all, but no, go ahead.
yeah. It's very difficult. Like I just the problem is I think the Flash movie just wasn't like the best like the hype was overhyped. I think Warner Brothers made a mistake of like, you know, hyping the film, paying out the celebrities from Stephen King, Tom Cruise to say this is the greatest movie ever. Like it drew too much high expectation for everyone. When they saw the film, they're like, okay, what the heck did these people are
Why the
saying?
fuck would
It's not.
anybody even care about Tom Cruise? Well, why would anybody care about what Tom Cruise is about a goddamn movie anyway?
I I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Whatever's was doing to just. It's weird.
Honestly, to tell you the truth, Andres, I have to look this up. I guarantee they didn't really spend that much money promoting that film.
No, I mean, that's
Nah,
the thing.
there's no way they did because you know how much that Warner Brothers is broke.
Well, see well, it's difficult because the
They are.
cost is not.
They've been losing money for years.
Yeah. Well, no. The cost is not really with the film. It's something. It's like the COVID-19 protection that's in the films. Like they have that now. I guess it caused a lot. The reshoots. That's the thing. This movie went with reshoots too, uh, especially the third act, the ending that we saw with George Clooney, because that wasn't the initial ending.
Well, that couldn't have been that big of a reshoot. That just doing that George Clooney scene and whatnot and everything, right? Although I really like that. That was a good touch. They added that
Yeah,
in. They did. That's you got to give them credit for that. They did a great
yeah.
job weaving the other Batmans and shit into the film. That was cool. That was some great fan service. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't see why DC fans wouldn't have been happy with things like that. Because that's like, isn't that kind of fan service just like it is like in the MCU? Like, isn't it the same thing?
Well, here's the thing. The difference is like the MCU is a very cohesive universe, and the cameos make sense. But with the Flash, everyone because the people of the Warner Brothers are saying this is going to be the important film to reboot the DC universe. So and you're getting a new Batman. That's the thing. The fact that you brought George Clooney, it adds more confusion. Like, is this going to be the new Batman in the new Brave and Bold? You know, so like I liked it, but at the same time it's confusing because it's like we're getting a new Batman soon in Brave and the Bold. And it's like
We
new
are.
answers. Oh, I want to give you a tidbit. Apparently, the other ending that CinemaCon. This is a famous Las Vegas like theater slash studio con, like Comic Con, but for the major studios that
Huh.
makes movies in Las Vegas. They have their own con, and they saw a version of the Flash. They did not have George Clooney towards the end. They had like a different ending. So
I heard
so
about that.
folks, okay, yeah, okay.
Well,
So you folks,
there was supposed to be wasn't there supposed to be a Cavill Superman mid credit or end credit scene.
no. That's the this is the thing that's crazy. That was the second ending before the George Clooney ending. So this,
Oh, they were having the ending.
yeah. So let me explain this. So Barry drops the F bomb, which was awesome. I still love that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, so when he sees Bruce Wayne step out of, so the people in Simicon only see the feet of Bruce Wayne, and then it cuts to black. That's perfect because we don't know who's going to be the Batman. And some reason after Simicon and 2 months before this film was going to release in June, I guess they decided to put George Clooney, which is an awful idea because you're trying to set up a new universe with a new Batman. And so I don't know. It it just this movie is a good example of hell development, like production hell and production development hell in general. Like this movie's been in development for 10 years since 2014. And you know what's funny about it? 10 years we had the Flash TV show that premiered in 2014 and just ended last month in May. So it's very funny that it took us 10 years to get this movie and it just completely bombed. I, I it's just so, like, it was shocking. You got Batman, Michael Keaton here is like, okay, you got the stock show factor to it. Okay, you got the Batman from the 80s coming back, right? You got Supergirl, you got the multiverse, right? Because we got the multiverse trend that's going on. But just in general, I just feel like that studios need to realize they have to make good films for people to come to the theaters. Look, since COVID hit us, people have become more selective and been more comfortable to watch things at home and not go to the theater. Okay? So, like, just look, The Flash was a good movie. It's not awful, but it's not great. It's not like it's a very average superhero film that has really great funny moments, has heart. I will say that. Like, it wasn't cynical, but it just doesn't deliver on a superhero should be. Just like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Spider-Verse. And so, like, you see, this is why movies, especially this week, have failed because it's like they weren't good, or in this case, they were marketed horribly. The Ezra Miller stuff was crazy. I don't know what Warner's could have done, but instead they made it worse. Not having your star, promote your film, but not having all your cast members to not do the press junkets and all that, it like really hurt the exposure of the film.
I think this is the most poignant thing to pull out of this right here. You see it right here. The massive decline means The Flash faced the biggest second weekend box office drop in DC history.
Yes.
72.5%, beating out the previous record of 71.5%, which was set by the Suicide Squad during the height of the pandemic. Now, that would be the Gunn Suicide Squad.
Yes. Yeah. Just to make that clear.
That's the better film than the first one.
Yeah.
Much better film. The Suicide Squad film, folks, if any of you have not seen the Gunn Suicide Squad film, it's fucking awesome. It's literally awesome. I had a blast watching it and reviewing it. It was great.
Oh my god. Everyone Steel. Oh my god. More
hats off to all my brothers and sisters over at the Podcast of Champions for letting me come over there and review that film with them. Because I didn't get to do it over here with Cyber. He was too stingy that week. So even though he's my son, right, like he still knows what to do. So,
Yeah.
One of those deals. But oh man, it's always good to be on the list where you're like you're mixed in with fucking Morbius
and X-Men.
Yeah, Hellboy 2, Jonah Hex, Hulk. Why can't it be She-Hulk? You know what I'm saying? Fucking She-Hulk, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right now, there was some dude on Twitter the other day, like trying to talk about he loves She-Hulk on this shit, whatnot, everything. I was like, bro, are you tripping? Get out of here, man. Fucking bullshit. You love She-Hulk.
Oh,
I'm like, all right then, man. Whatever. You got problems, bro. But no, basically the Flash film is gonna lose money. It is to lose money without question. The fact that it only got 15 million pulled in the box office. And again, Andres, you mentioned it already. Look, folks, There's no way to really know at this point. And this is something we haven't really talked about much. I'm glad we have these shows now on Monday. See, this is so great about this, is I'm realizing now as we're doing this. And this is what's so great about live streaming, that we can actually talk about some stuff that we don't have time for sometimes, like the fact that we really haven't evaluated or talked about where things are at with the feeders in a while. It's something we covered pretty heavily and we tried to pay attention to in the first year. When Black Widow came out, Shang-Chi came out, right? WandaVision came, obviously those Disney Plus series came out, the first ones, because we started with WandaVision. And here we are now, right? And I'm still waiting for WandaVision season 2, baby. What's up with that shit? My favorite Disney Plus series ever. Love that shit. Love it. Oh, and just to be clear, Andres, whenever I was going to mention to you at some point, what do you call it? Until I remembered that I wanted to do Dead City as a feature kind of thing, at least cover some of, at least cover it episodically in some way. I wanted to do a WandaVision rewatch. I felt like I wanted to rewatch, right? And a Loki rewatch, a Hawkeye rewatch. I wanted to just do a total rewatch here, and just re-review the whole series, episode by episode. That was my goal. That's how I was planning. That's how I was going to start this off.
Okay.
Right? I was going to do it on Sundays, because once I get done with our Andor 3-part season 1 breakdown and recap, as of this Sunday, we start our first part. That's gonna be a blast. I'll tell you right now, Andres, you should watch Andor so you can freaking be on one of those shows, man. That was a great show. Andor was epic, man. And so brought me into Star Wars. And you see my poster up there now. Just to be clear,
Rogue One.
I got Rogue One up there. Here, let me show you. Andres, did you see my new spread? I changed some stuff up, man. I'm working on. I'm still not done. But
okay, I see it. I see you changing it. Okay,
I wanted to go old school. I felt like going old school, man. So I've got the cat. I broke out the Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I got Rogue One in the corner, right next to the man, Sam Wilson, Captain America, baby. The Captain America, Sam Wilson. Captain America.
The Avengers.
And I got the original Avengers. That's the newest one. That's the one that's actually new.
Okay.
I just got that.
Cool.
Yep. I was like, why not go old school, baby? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, like it. I like the setup.
I gotta buy. I have the sizes already written down. I measured it out today. Yeah, this is a good angle for me for the show right there. What do you think about that? No, but I measured all those empty spots right perfectly, so I could go out and look for stuff that would fit in right in there, and fill the spots and whatnot, So I'm working on it. I'm getting there. As far as the Flash goes. No, $50 million over the weekend. What was the first weekend? 52 million. Here, I've got the actual.
For the opening for the first. Okay, it was 55. That's or something like that.
Hats off to the numbers. By the way, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yes, there you go. So we got the nicest box office right there. 87 million. International 123. Worldwide 210.
Currently, yeah, now. So
hey, worldwide, I didn't realize it was that was actually that much.
Yeah. So right now I guess domestically is doing bad. As you see with the numbers, right folks? Where internationally it's doing better. But still it's not doing good. I don't know, Jeff. Could you mind show Spider-Verse? Let's show them another multiverse movie.
I'll pull up right now.
Yeah. By the way, folks, watch Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse. Amazing film. It has reached 560 million worldwide currently, which is awesome. And it's just first off, I want to mention the budget. No, studios, especially Disney and Warner Bros, needs to budget these movies better. Not only that this movie was 200 million currently confirmed by the studio, but it's actually a lot more if you think about what goes into the advertisement, the the press stuff and all that. Like, the advertising stuff is like 100 billion.
Promotional stuff, yes, it is. The promotional stuff is actually typically more than it is, if not sometimes double. With some of the MCU films, it was double.
Yeah,
The actual budgets were for the films.
yeah, exactly. So, like, it's not gonna break even. I mean, it's gonna lose. Like, I heard that it's gonna lose $300 billion for Warner Brothers.
3 million.
Yeah, 300 billion. And I like, okay, look at this. So, I just stick with this page. I just want to talk about this briefly. So, the first Spider-Verse movie was a sleeper hit. It wasn't a big box office as back in 2018, but the sequel, 5 years has passed. Word of mouth had reached. It's an Oscar-winning film, so the sequel has done so much better. Like, domestically, it's actually done. So yeah, the domestic box office is much better than the first movie. Internationally, it's bigger, and so you see that it's making money. That's one in the end. With Spider-Verse, its budget is 100 billion confirmed. So it was consistently tight. Like, they were conscious about the budget for this movie. That's 100 billion. Where that's good, because the first movie only cost like 90 million. So Sony did a good job of budgeting this film. Whereas, like, oh my god, like Disney spent almost 250 or 200 on the recent films this year, with Ant-Man and the Wasp, like Quantumania was 200 billion. Little Mermaid was like 250, apparently, minus the advertising. And then Elemental, the Pixar film, which also bombed, but with The Flash last week, was cost 200 million. And it's like, what? Like, are you stupid? Warner Brothers and Disney, don't spend so much money on your freaking movies that gonna lose money for you. I just don't understand that. So yeah, The Flash, I like, it's so bad. Now, if you want to get into discussion of the future of DC, I just want to say, people, that DC is fine. I just think the DC EU connection universe is done. It's over. I don't think Aquaman 2 is not going to perform well. I mean, a lot of us have been discussing that. I Blue Beetle, Jeff, I don't know. Like, here's the thing: if the movie has good word of mouth, it will perform well in the box office. Like, we can see that. Like, Guardians Volume 3 has done such a good job last month and this month, performing well in the box office, while competition's out there. And Spider-Verse as well. Like, look at this. It's been this third week, and it's doing well compared to its competitors. So it's just these movies have to be good or be great for people to come. Like last year, like the recent Top Gun Maverick, Top Gun 2 and Avatar 2 did so well is because people like it, and it's like, people are not, they don't want mediocre. They don't want mediocre and average films to watch. They want to see like decent, fun action, like fun movies that are great and everyone can enjoy. That's it. That's not much to ask. We cannot have this, mediocre, like low tier, like mediocre films. No, like that's not a cut. People are not going to spend their money at a garbage film, And so yeah. So the Flash is dead. We're not going to see another Flash movie in another 10 years. So and this movie just wasn't important for the rebuild of the DC universe. So Superman Legacy is basically the start of the DC universe in 2025, if it makes to that release date, 2025, if the strike doesn't continue on next month and many months. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you think about, Jeff, about the Flash bombing, but I mean, there was a lot of factors to it, but I mean, it just hit the mark. It just hit.
No, I'm with you. What I think is I want us to have Rumble. You people on Rumble are watching. Subscribe to the damn follow our Rumble, man. Having 30 followers is not good enough. It's not. I don't like it. Like it makes no sense. Like I don't think I've ever even mentioned this to you, Andres, or showed you, but we do pull down. If we can ever break it, we're stuck on to where we're pulling down like around over 200, but under 300 live stream viewers every live stream we do on Rumble, right? Sometimes bigger, depending on whether or not if I put a promotional video out the day of or the day before of the show, it's higher than that. But if I don't,
Okay.
right in that between 200 to 300 number, right? Well, at that point, if we're pulling down 200 to 300 live stream viewers per live stream on Rumble, we should have more than 30 followers, baby. What's up? Y'all should follow us. What's the deal? Like seriously, Rumble folks, do you not like to hit the follow button? Come on, we're killing it over here, man. You know what I'm saying? What's the deal? But no, Andres. Not as far as I'm concerned. My final word on the Flash thing is this. As far as Warner Brothers goes, Warner Brothers Discovery.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're probably taking into consideration, and there's probably this probably has something to do with the reason why, if anything, a small reason why Safran's even there, is because they probably knew the minute they made that move that there were whatever their projections were for the Flash, for Aquaman 2 was going to take a hit, right? Probably, right? They knew the Cavill, people getting pissed off about Cavill. About what's her name that plays Wonder Woman, right?
Gal,
right? Like that there are going to be people who are going to be pissed off how they were treated. Honestly, The Rock didn't get treated very well, right? Although he don't care. He's happy he got to make his movie, so like he ain't worried about it, which I don't blame him. He wanted to make his movie, he made it. Good for him. But no, as far as Kraven the Hunter goes. As far as the Flash goes, I don't know. I think at the end of the day that I've said my piece of that. I enjoyed the film. It's entertaining. It's worth watching. It's worth spending the money to go see. So at the end of the day, it's that simple. What ends up happening with the box office will be what it is. But I'll still at this point, I would still tell anybody out there, go watch it. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. Right? See what you think. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't agree with me, well, jump in the comment section and point it out and rub it in my face and be like, "Nah, that shit was garbage." Right? There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
So, Kraven the Hunter, I've got the what do they call
trailer.
it? What is the R-rated one?
The Red Band trailer. That's what they call it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do this.
Kraven the Hunter Red Band trailer.
Yeah. I mean, at least it's gonna be blood, right?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
really good trailer. This is going to be my second time seeing it too.
Oh, same here. Oh god.
Cyber loves it.
He does.
He does.
I think he likes the Sony Spider-Man universe. I never imagined that.
No, he doesn't. He just likes Kraven. He thinks that the Kraven trailer is really good. He thinks it's going to be a really good movie. He likes Aaron Taylor Johnson too, and I like Aaron Taylor Johnson too. I agree.
Oh yeah, he's a great actor. I liked him. He's great in Kick-Ass, and I wish he stayed in the MCU.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But at the same time, though, I think that had something to do with it had to do with Fox, and it had to do with the rights to the Quicksilver name, right? You know what I'm saying? Not right, the film rights.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. That's why they killed him off.
I guess so. But the weird thing is, they never named Quicksilver or Scarlet Witch names in Age of Ultron. Wanda just became Scarlet Witch now in Phase 4.
No, they mentioned they never mentioned the Scarlet Witch at all in Age of Ultron.
No, they did use their
Wanda.
No, they just called their civilian names like Wanda and Pedro Maximoff. That's it.
What was it, WandaVision when they finally did Scarlet Witch?
Yeah.
That's right. You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
100% right.
Yeah. So
good point, Andres.
Yeah, I mean, the reason they kill their version was for to like pump up Wanda, like her character development and all that. But I mean, it didn't work. It's just
Well, either way, hey, you know what? There's a lot of passionate people out there well, they're not a ton of them, but when you find them, they're passionate. The ones that are still pissed off that they killed him off, they're out there, man. If you even mention Age of Ultron, that's all they say immediately. I've met several of them on the shows. Like, you know what I mean? Where that you mention Age of Ultron, they're like, what they did to Quicksilver, fucking, I actually want to do I'd like to break down Age of Ultron at some point and do like a 3-part or like a 5-part or something series and just to actually talk about how good of a movie it is. And
Yeah.
the different elements of it and whatnot, why I think it is a really good movie, and the challenges that that any director would have faced in that situation with that film. Sandwiched in between fucking the original Avengers film and then friggin' Infinity War and Endgame. Come on now.
Yeah, well, oh my god, the Marvel community, that was another issue. If you know that.
No, I wouldn't even. Honestly, I have no idea how Age of Ultron was received at that point because, again, as I've told you before, I did not see it in the theater or anything and whatnot. I literally was not even. I had kind of fallen off with the MCU at that point.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I had and then I came back, so I wasn't able to experience what the actual real time word on the street in the fandom was towards it and whatnot, right? I mean, I have to imagine most people who saw it in theater probably liked it.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I mean, my feeling was like, it was not. It's not gonna be good as the first one, but it was just trying too much in 2 hour mark. But it aged better because of the payoffs with the storylines. So, like, that's the good thing.
No, and you know what? I swear, I've always contended highly that literally, I think it's one of the most underrated MCU films there is. I do. I think people badmouth it, and they shouldn't. I think a lot of good things came out of it, right? And like you said, it's very entertaining. It is.
Yeah,
For the longest time, that was my go-to MCU film that I would go to bed watching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the jokes are really good in Age of Ultron. I mean, Thor is funny in Age of Ultron. So.
No, and you know what? Hawkeye really stands out in Age of Ultron. Like, he really becomes like more of a solidified member of the squad in that film. Yeah. Right?
That I agree.
Which is great since that worked out well since they decided to not have him in Infinity War, right? And bring him back with Endgame, although I love that they did that. I do. I still do. I think that was a great move.
Yeah.
Very smart, very intelligent move. They had so many damn characters in Infinity War, dude. There had to be people. Just had to be people in there that would not fit. It's that simple, right? Honestly. But no. Let's play the Kraven the Hunter trailer. I've got Emmy, one of our buddies over there, one of our fellow creators out there that should be coming over on Secret Invasion potentially this Wednesday with me and Andres and Cyber. We get Cyber's week to moderate.
That's good.
We're gonna have a big panel for episode 2 Secret Invasion, and I cannot wait to watch the bitch. I don't know about you, Andres.
Oh my god, I can't believe it's gonna be 2 more days. So it's good. Yeah, when I first saw the spiders, like, what?
Great.
Yeah, he's gonna be afraid of spiders.
My son, never show mercy. They are prey. We are predators. Boys,
See,
their mother is dead.
what's so cool with Kraven the Hunter?
Because she
He's
shot
been a perfect cast.
She was weak, sick in her mind.
I can't wait. He's probably the best part of the film.
Power is about strength. If you show weakness, you will give our enemies an opening. Shoot. Shoot. He is weak, like his mother. Leave him.
What happened that day?
I stared death
Okay,
in the
pause,
face,
pause.
and for the first time, I saw my true self.
Wait,
I
pause.
love how he changed his voice. Is that just because he's gotten older, or is that him actually changing his voice to like for Kraven?
Like, I think it's just transition. I mean, yeah, because Aaron is British, so he's using an American accent. So, yeah.
No, I know he is. I'm just saying, like his the way he's vocalizing. You know what? No, it only makes common sense that they would give him a certain delivery for Kraven. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like his general American like tone that he would do, or whatever you want to say, like how he speaks English, that they would want to deviate from that for Kraven and distinguish it probably. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agreed. I forget that he's Russian. So, okay, so we saw the blood tiger, the tiger of the blood dropping into his body. So, I like why he doesn't need powers. Kraven the Hunter is like the most trained, eliteful hunter
I know
in the
that's the thing I
world.
was trying to say the other night and whatnot and everything. I couldn't remember. In the comics, I don't remember Kraven ever having powers.
He does enhance himself, but it's with drugs, right? Like that's
He
makes
doesn't have any
sense.
powers. There's no
Exactly.
there's no tiger deal or whatnot.
Yeah, it's just weird why they're doing that. I don't know. See, that was where I was like,
Fuck it, who cares, man? You know what I'm saying? It's Sony, dude.
Yeah, so yeah. I
If
mean,
they,
at least
if they can give us an entertaining movie for once, I don't give a shit what they do.
I don't know.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's fucking awesome, dude. If they want to give him superpowers or whatnot, good for them.
Yeah, to communicate with animals.
Hey, he's not the fucking like Oddland version of Aquaman, bro.
All right. Okay, first off,
That's not-
Aquaman has.
I'm not getting that vibe from the show that that's what he does.
I don't
That's
know.
the fucking Doolittle or whatever the fuck you're talking about.
Oh god. I don't know.
He's got something else going on than that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So what are you saying now? So you like when you think it's funny, you think it's like it's stupid? It's just
It's
kind of
stupid. It is stupid. Like he doesn't need powers. Also, it's funny because
How else are you gonna climb on a car and do all that shit?
I don't know. It's just odd.
I don't care. Again, I don't care what they do, bro. After I went to Venom 2 and they actually had the symbiote rap or whatever the fuck at that one point. I don't
That's
care
Venom
anymore,
2.
bro. You know what
See,
I'm saying? At that
like
point,
Venom
you
is an
never-
alien. Like, okay, like how we get Venom makes sense from the comics. It's stupid.
But in the comics, the Venom symbiote would never rap.
No. I'm talking about how our characters get their powers,
Yes.
or how they. I'm not talking about the comedic part. I'm just saying it's just Kraven the Hunter doesn't have powers. If you want him to give him powers, that's fine, but don't make it silly like they did now with the tiger. I like it.
Whatever. Stop hating on the goddamn Kraven the Hunter trailer, Andres. You son of a bitch.
Sure.
You're trying to cover everybody's butt.
Tell me about this hunter. They say he uses the connection with animals to track his prey. Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
The six of us, but only one of you.
There's 6 of you now.
See, that's cool.
I know, bro.
Why do you
Yeah.
hunt?
My father puts evil into the world. I take it out.
I think you're some kind of honor. You are exactly like our father. Just another man hunting for a trophy.
We're murderers. Isn't that what he taught us?
You don't get to do that to me anymore. Mr. Taglin? Mr. Taglin? Where's Mr. Taglin?
Oh, you're standing in him.
You're a goddamn lunatic.
Oh, you just figured that out now?
There is an animal in each one of us.
Don't you want to know why they call me the Rhino?
Oh my god.
We'll get
Alright,
back
stop
to
here.
Why
Okay.
you put the rhino? Don't you want to know about the rhino? Whatever, dude. The rhino.
Yeah. So
The rhino doesn't have the rhino wears a suit in damn comics.
yeah. I mean, everyone knows that. I mean, so this is
They're
like,
butchering. Sony is butchering the fucking comic accuracy like to death over this
see,
shit.
that's my problem with blind thing. It's just they're butchering the origins of these characters. So, so
Well, it does kind of. I didn't think about it. That actually it affects the MCU, right? It does. Because like honestly, now that means Rhino's a joke. So like they can't use him now. You know what I'm saying? Like who knows what they could have done with the Rhino, right?
yeah, I mean,
No, it's a big thing. I'm just saying like that is a thing. That is a tangible reality now. Now that Sony's going to do this, right? We're not going to get a Kraven's Last Hunt film or something like that. Whatever. It's not going to happen.
no, I mean, Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man No Way Home was supposed to be Kraven as the main antagonist before they switched to the multiverse. So,
I'm telling you right now, they're you know it too. And this is another thing that we flushed out a couple times on some of the Sunday shows we did where we did some Phase 5, Phase 6 preview stuff. But I'm telling you, they're banking on the ground-based, street-based, earth-based, type characters like Daredevil, Charlie Cox Daredevil.
yeah.
They're banking on Tom Holland. They're banking on D'Onofrio as Kingpin. And I'm telling you that like they're going to combine all of them. They're all going to connect, and that's where they're going to go with Spider-Man. The Kingpin is either going to be the arch villain of the next Spider-Man trilogy, or a villain in one of the films, if not the first one.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Yeah, because he's a Spider-Man villain in the comics. Then he becomes a Daredevil villain during the Frank Miller run.
yeah. I mean, look, I'm just waiting to see if we're gonna get a fourth Spider-Man film.
We are. They are. Dude, they are. I know you pay attention to this stuff. You are. Don't you already know they've already signed the contract, the new contract. It's already done.
Yes, but
They're just not releasing the information this time.
yeah,
They're not gonna tell us.
yeah, exactly. Well, here's the thing: the new deal was just for the Spider-Man No Way Home.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think they've signed completely. I don't think it's formalized yet, the new deal.
Yeah.
But they've already laid out the whole groundwork for it. It's already basically done. It's already been settled. That's what's her name from Sony already said, Amy Pascal.
I mean, I guess so. I will see if
every time she leaks some shit, it ends up being it's totally the truth. It's exactly what happens.
Yeah, but when they tell us there was going to be an MA film, I didn't came true, so I don't trust Sony.
She said that they've already worked out the whole everything with the whole Spider-Man trilogy. It's already set.
All right. I mean,
they're going to go into pre-production on Spider-Man 4 probably next year. Tom Holland's hiatus ends at the beginning of next year.
I mean, yeah, I guess it could work.
Right, I think he's still got a couple months left on his year. He took off from acting.
Sabbatical for 2024. I think he say.
Did he say all 2024?
Yeah, that's what he said. So, because I read an article,
I don't believe that.
I don't know. We'll see what
they can't spread out the Spider-Man movies that far. If they're going to do another trilogy, they can't let 3 years go by, right? And make the fourth film. It makes no sense.
Yeah, yes and no. I think if you wait long, you can make money. Like, look at Spider-Verse.
They're going to tie it into Daredevil. They're going to.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
They've been wanting to figure out how to connect this Disney Plus series to the films this whole time. They've been trying to figure out a formula to make it connect better. That will connect. That will connect it right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I do want Daredevil and Kingpin in an Spider-Man film. Like I do want that, especially Kingpin as a villain. I do want that, but it's just I don't know if they like that's Sony vision. Like you have to think about it. Like
Yeah.
Sony like wants to maybe do something else, like use another villain for the main villain, like for the next Spider-Man film. We don't know it's gonna be Kingpin. You know, that's the thing. So like you don't know if they want to use Mr. Negative or whoever we happen to use as a villain for Spider-Man films.
At the end of the day, Sony wants to make money, right? Everything else they're making sucks. It doesn't make any money, right?
Yeah.
So at that point, like the only thing they have is Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and this is something I've never understood why people don't grasp.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter if Sony makes the majority of the money from the box office and all that shit and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, right? Bottom line, just attaching Spider-Man's name to shit for Marvel and for Disney and for the MCU for Marvel Studios makes money. Like that ensures bigger box office for anything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. So at that point, like think about it logically. Sony doesn't have the hand up on Marvel Studios or Disney. They do over Sony. Sony is not going to make money off of Tom Holland and Spider-Man if they can't make if the MCU doesn't bounce back, right? And people don't get back to where they were, right? To where they're more invested again, to where they can make a killing off these films, this next trilogy. So at that point, if that means that they need to like let him loose and let Marvel Studios use him more and focus more on a more street-based Spider-Man, which is where they're going anyway. This is where they set him up after Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Is to do the college years and be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, right? Actually, like, start giving a shit more about like the core reason that like he's supposed to be Spider-Man. Not space shit, not Infinity War or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, at that point, the bottom line, my only point is simply just that it's better for Sony. The smartest thing for Sony is what's best for Marvel Studios.
Yeah. I mean, it's both. It's hopeful for both studios, really. Like,
in a way, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting dichotomy, but you understand what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah. I know. It's one of those.
It matters. It matters. How the MCU is doing affects Sony. It affects how their ability to make money off that brand, that Spider-Man brand.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine. I mean, with the Spider-Man brand, I mean, No Way Home was successful. Like the Spider-Verse films.
No. What I'm saying is just that they need to maximize their profits.
Yeah.
Every time they use them, right? Like they have to maximize their profits. At that point, if Marvel Studios, if Kevin Feige has to tell Pascal, hey, look, I'm sorry, but whatever we're going to do with Venom and Spider-Man is going to have to be minimized at this point, right? Because where we're at with the MCU, we need people in the fandom are begging for street-based, earth-based, you know what I'm saying? Like, more connective, humanly connective series and movies with these characters. This is what they want. It's the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is the truth. It's what a lot of people in the fandom want. They want Falcon the Winter Soldier type shit. They want it to be more earth-based stuff for whatever reason, right? I like the cosmic stuff. I do. So overall, though, at that point, Pascal's got to bend. Sony has to bend. They have to, right?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, again, if they want to make their most profits they can make off each, Tom Holland can't be there forever.
No.
Right?
No. I mean, like he has another 10 years until he gets to 40, then he's done. So.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, he looks young. He's youthful as shit. You kidding me?
Yeah.
No, he can play Spider-Man for a long time. He can.
Yeah. But
will he?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's two words, folks: money and passion projects. Those are the two things the actors.
He likes to act. He's a serious actor.
Yeah.
He's exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I've never seen any of his non-MCU stuff. I hear he's really good.
Yeah, I mean, he's very good. I need to check out some of his other films. But yeah,
I need to check on our MCU's Video Edge OnlyFans page and see what's going on over there. See how we're doing.
well, that's another story another day. But yeah.
No, folks, it is. I joke and I jest about the MCU's Video Edge OnlyFans. The only reason I'll have to start the MCU's Video Edge OnlyFans will simply be so that we can have T-shirts that say the MCU's Video Edge OnlyFans. If I don't have an account that says that, how can I make the shirts? Is that simple? And I think that would be the dopest ever if we made T-shirts for our swag, for our merch. That's actually literally were the MCU's Video Edge OnlyFans page.
Yep.
Agree, Andres? Agreed or not? Don't agree?
I agree. I agree.
But the only content that'll be on there will be videos of like me being down by She-Hulk. Right? So.
Oh my god.
So that'll be it. Anyways, Andres, thank you, my friend, on tearing down Kraven the Hunter trailer for me. Since I loved it so much, and I'm crying inside now.
Oh my god, I think I'm dying inside.
No, come on, man.
The fact that I had to watch this trailer.
I get it. Look, I get it. You're right. I just watched it for the second time now. It's far-fetched as shit. It is. It really is. Yeah. It's way out there, man. It's
let me tell you something.
Right there. Look, that shit look crazy, dude. That's not Kraven. Come on.
Yeah, it's not great, but I will say the trailer was good. It's just it's just like we're going through the motions because we're doing an origin story for a character, and it sometimes is good, sometimes it's bad, and for me, it's just like why are we doing an origin story for Kraven the Hunter? Like you could be more creative. I mean, I don't know.
You know what? That's funny you mentioned it. I actually believe that they're going to do a good job with the origin story part. That's mostly where we're going to see the scenes with what's his name from Gladiator?
Russell Crowe.
That's where you're going to see Russell Crowe the most. And like I was saying in the trailer, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the best part of the movie.
True.
Right? He's going to basically be the villain.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to be Love and Thunder.
Yeah, he was the best thing about Love and Thunder.
Which is sad.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's not really all that positive. But what do you think? You want to get into Dead City?
Yeah, let's do that. I think we're ready to do that.
All right, okay. All right. I like that too. So as far as Dead City goes, now honestly, Andres, with this one, I did actually what I did actually do was that I actually was you hear that pop noise?
Mm-hmm. Thunder?
Yo.
Okay.
What? I'm on my cell phone.
Okay.
You didn't know StreamYard can do that?
I think we did that before.
I'm mobile, folks. Dodger. Look at that. The silent third co-host of the MCU'S Bleeding Edge, and he's passed the fuck out, man.
Very nice.
Hey, he is a good friend. But no, actually, Andres, when the hurricane hit down here, the only way I could do a show was for my cell phone.
Okay.
You know? And yeah, something like to venture around and whatnot and jump on my phone during shows and whatnot and everything and show off that I can walk around and I can smoke. And I want to show people like the garage and whatnot when I'm working on my secondary studio. But as far as the Dead City episodes go, I didn't even I wrote down what went on scene by scene to some extent for each episode. But I didn't do any questions because I figured between me and you, we would just go back and forth, right? And, we'll come up with our own. You know what I mean? So and there really is nothing to establish with the premise at all. It's not complicated. It's a Walking Dead spinoff. That's all it is. It's that simple. Yeah. It's Maggie and it's Negan, right? And there's no big like setup for some kind of new shit or whatever. It goes right from The Walking Dead right to freaking the series.
Yep.
Which I love. That's awesome. It's great. I don't know about you, Andres. I love how the AMC does things like that. Like I'm glad they're doing these spin-off series because the vibe I got. I got a good starting question. We watched 2 episodes, folks. Right now, I love it. It's a very simple show. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. It's not multi-layered. There's not thousands of characters to deal with to try to understand who the fuck they are or whatever and whatnot. It is multi-layered to some degree, but it's also very simple. It's a typical Walking Dead action movie kind of like vibe, with a very simple premise and like a hero villain kind of like type theme in a way, but Walking Dead style, right, Andres?
Yep, I agree. I do agree. It's definitely not overboard
like the
original.
So that's good. Okay, it's probably going back to the studio, right? Switch it back to
computer. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I agree. The show is like very simple, which is good. Because I like there's not too many episodes to watch. So one of the great aspects of the show is definitely the city, like using the New York City setting, because it does good. Change up the scenery from the other shows, because the original is in I don't know what state, like Michigan, something like that. I don't know.
Are you talking about the actual where they ended up at the series?
Like their location.
Oh, they're in New York City.
No. I meant the original show.
Oh, the original show?
Yeah.
On the original show, they're that's actually a good question. Where are they at? Like now that's where I wish I would looked up because I'm not sure where the hell they were in the country. Weren't they in like the Virginia area?
Yeah. I think they were in Virginia.
Did they end up? And then ended up kind of in the middle of the Northeast corridor.
Yeah,
the end of the show. And the fear of the Walking Dead is like
travel, like around
New Mexico. And I think that's
it. But yeah, so I think one of the things that thank you. That's too loud. I think these 2 episodes were very good. Like, it was great to see Negan and Maggie back again in the show. I thought that they had great chemistry, and especially because Negan killed Glenn in season 6. So that's a really great like partner thematic, which is good. And the zombies look great still from the show. So I think the zombies, the walkers look awesome, and we got really cool deaths. Like especially when Maggie kills the one zombie with the what is it, the binoculars. It was so brutal. It was like wow, what do you call it, overkill, if we have to say it. So
I have the trailer. I got the trailer. And I'll play it in a little bit, but did you see the trailer?
I seen just the advertising TV, not the trailer.
And the trailer, they show one freaking thing. You'll see it. You'll see one zombie that's something like we've never seen before. It's like some whole new shit. Yes. Okay. And right now, no, but so basically, like I said, like me and Andres were talking about this earlier in the show. That basically for me, what I really enjoy about this and about reviewing this is that I don't know about you, Andres, but I love the contrast and the evolutionary aspect of doing episodical TV series reviews and whatnot, and then jumping from show to show. Or like I told you before, at one point we've done 3 shows before at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure we'll probably do 4 at some point. We've done 3 before at the same time. And yes, it does get kind of complicated. I won't lie. You start like conflating, and like mixing actors' names in different shows and stuff and stuff like that and whatnot. It kind of starts to become like a jumble. But it's fun. It is. It's a lot of fun. The contrast is fun to me.
Yeah.
And I love the feel of this series. I do.
Yeah, I do too. I like that we have fun and we have seriousness, which is good. So, because that was one of the things about the later season, they got way too over serious and got too big with the cast, which is funny.
Yeah, I still can't believe they made as many seasons as they did.
11 seasons. I know, it's crazy. Like,
but hey, you know what? I don't care either way. Those first 4 seasons, or whatever it was, are literally epic. They are epic.
Yep.
They're epic. I mean, they were so well done. I don't think I've never seen any TV series like that before.
No.
In my life. I don't care what anybody says. Like, literally, people who rip it and whatnot, if they want to rip it because of how many years they did it, I get it.
Yeah.
But if you didn't watch those first 4 years, during that time when it first came out, that's the key. During that time when it first came out, not now, then, right? It was like a fucking breath of fresh air. It really was, to me, to see with it, because it was literally a masterpiece.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, of interweaving violence, zombies, graphic fucking like graphic brutality, right? You know what I'm saying? Yet at the same time, people don't grasp that utterly the casting was outstanding.
Yeah.
Like seriously. Yeah.
And they gone to better things now. Like Michonne is in the MCU. She plays.
Yeah.
One of the Mirage army players.
Yep. The Darmalage. Yeah.
Yep. And then Glenn. Glenn. He's a Oscar nominee. And he was in Nope.
Yeah. No, but wait a minute. Is it Glenn's there? You've heard the rumors, right? That Stephen Yeun might end up playing what's his I'm trying to think of the name of the character from Marvel Comics. Hyperion.
Okay.
He might play Hyperion. Yeah, he might be in the MCU.
Yeah. He's gonna be in Thunderbolts.
He's gonna be in Thunderbolts. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you know what character they said he was gonna be?
I don't think they confirmed that yet. But you brought up that the character, the Imperial, that like
Hyperion. Yeah.
Hyperion. Like people are expecting that, but
at one point they were saying Cavill was going to play Imperion. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me check here.
The guy, one guess that he was like dead set that they were going to cast Cavill and put Cavill in Loki season 2, and I'm like, it's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah,
it's not happening.
I don't know, like it really like it's like I can feel this in like so many fan casting, like I don't know, you know this, but like
Feige doesn't operate that way, you know that. He's not going to take a DC actor like that fresh off of his last performance in the DC film and throw him into the MCU.
No. He has done that a couple of times. Remember, Lawrence Fishburne? He popped up in Ant-Man and the Wasp the year before Justice League came out in 2017. And then, like, who's the
Lawrence Fishburne was in Justice League?
Yeah, well, he was Perry White. He was in, he was like in, Batman v Superman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
all right.
My bad. But like there's been like DC actors crossing over Marvel. Remember?
Yes.
The Suicide Squad had Azra Abba, who was in Marvel, but he went there and
That's right. He was Heimdall. He was Heimdall.
And Heimdall, right? And guess what?
Who's a very popular character in the fandom.
Yeah. He's a great actor. I don't know if you've seen The Wire, but like,
he's actually. Are you kidding me? He's outstanding. No,
Yeah.
And some of his early stuff and some of those British gangster films that he was in were great.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's just it depends on Cavill wants to join yet again on their cinematic universe.
And I gotta write that down too. We've got to review Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels at some point on a Friday. Have you seen that before?
Nope. I'd be excited to do Man from U.N.C.L.E.
That was one of the two Guy Ritchie like British gangster films that he made.
Yeah, I know. And Snatch. I know Snatch.
And Snatch, yeah.
Yeah. No. I know his first film.
That was forever ago too. Holy shit! We're talking like freaking 20+ years ago now. Holy crap!
Oh my god! Yeah.
No, but as far as Sin City goes, now let's throw out some ratings. What do you got? What would your ratings be for episode 1 and episode 2?
Oh, okay. So episode 1, I'll probably give it like a 8 out of 10. I'll give that, and then episode 2, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. So I think these 2 episodes are good. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's fun. It has like a different series from the other Walking Dead series.
It does.
It has 2 characters that you like. I like Maggie as a character, so it's great to see her again be a lead. And then it's great to see Negan. That character went through a lot in this series, so it's great to see where we're going to take it next. So yeah, so I think the series is in a good start. Thank goodness it's only 6 episodes, so I'll probably stick around watching the show. I'll definitely say that.
Give me a rating. Give me a rating for episode 1 and 2.
I did already.
What'd you give me?
Episode 1, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Episode 2, right, sir, is 7 out of 10. So those are my ratings.
Okay.
So tell me your rating.
I'm gonna go with episode 1. I'm gonna give a 7.5. Episode 2, I give a 7.
Okay.
I would. I think that we've got better episodes ahead than what we got in the first 2. I think they're building towards something. And I do think there will be a second season of this. I do.
Yeah.
I'll put that out now. I believe there will be a second season. This will not be a 1-year deal. But do I know that it'll go beyond that? I don't know that it'll go beyond 2. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a forecaster as far as this AMC stuff goes. I'll be honest with you. That's the fun part of doing the cell phone deal, man.
Yeah.
You get to hear that. You get to hear that screeching noise and everything, whatnot, right? Isn't that always fun?
Yep, I agree.
Oh, anyways, no, but honestly, man, you tell me. Now, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Lauren Cohen has probably talked to Kevin Feige or talked to Marvel Studios at some point.
Yeah.
She has to have. They must have reached out to her at some point and at least talked to her, approached her.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
you don't think so?
I mean, they could have. I mean,
at one point she was so hot.
Yeah. Like, I mean, here's the thing. Feige and the casting picks the actors for the right roles. That's always the usual thing. So probably they're waiting for
Sarah Finn is the one that makes Kevin Feige is the decision maker at the end of the day, but it's Sarah Finn that does the casting.
Yeah. Well, she's very good at casting. Like,
she's very good. What are you kidding me?
Yeah,
we can do an entire show. We can do 10 shows on just that alone.
Yeah, or a top 10 favorite casting they did.
We've done one of those shows. We did one like that before. When I first started the Friday shows, the way I started them off was I started having some of my favorite creators that have been on the show. I let them come on and special guest moderate.
Okay.
They wanted to pick whatever they wanted to us the show to be. I would just hand it over to them, give them the keys, and they would do it. I put a panel for them together, and they get after it. And one of the shows we did was, cast, your perfect MCU film. You know what I'm saying? Well, one of the ones was, I did this one. This was my choice, actually. It was pick your best. What are your top 3 secondary characters? Right? The actors and actresses that played, the characters and the actors and actresses that played them in the MCU across phases 1 through 3. We did a show like that where you had to pick your top 3 secondary characters. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Yes. Andres, we will talk about that personally, brother, that whole theme, whatnot. Because I like doing shows like that. I do. I like doing ranking shows of different kinds. They're fun. I like doing trivia shows. I love doing all that stuff. I do.
Yeah. We have to do it one day.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so one day we have to do that, especially with the DCEU films. When Aquaman 2 comes out, we have to do a top, like a rank video for all the DCU films. Because I think the only movie I didn't see was Shazam 2. So I'm going to see that on YouTube. I'll rent it and then see how bad people have said it.
Just make sure you get drunk before you watch it. So you know what I'm saying. So at least you can be drunk.
I'll bring a popcorn and just Gatorade to. Or I'll just do something to distract myself.
Well, no, and honestly, that's another reason why I wanted to add a 4th show. I wanted to add the Monday show was because I knew eventually we were going to want to cover the new DC, the new DCU.
Yep.
Right, and I didn't know how heavily we would. But having the extra show would allow us to be able to cover some of the series, right? Like Waller. Yeah. I'd like to cover Waller. I would. I think it'll be really good. We've got to, and I want to review all the films. I do.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Yeah, no. So at that point, we want to keep the Fridays. We want to maintain the whole theme of doing the regular movie reviews. We want to take it on Fridays. There's no way around the fact that we're going to have to switch up for Loki season 2. And we'll have some reviews then on Fridays.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
But Ahsoka, folks, Ahsoka's coming out too. We got Ahsoka to cover. And Andres, since I've become a converted Star Wars fan. You're gonna have to become one too, brother.
I don't know.
You're gonna have to get in on that Ahsoka action, bruh.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy, and I'm a little. I have a little.
I wasn't either, and then Andor just killed me. It destroyed me.
Yeah,
they hooked me.
Yeah, I'll stick with superheroes. I'll stick.
Hey, that's fine. No. So basically,
and the Monday report. I can do the Monday report.
Gotcha. No, so basically, as far as the Dead City goes, just like like Andre said,
yep.
This version of Jeffrey Dean Morgan as this reformed Negan, right? It's something I very much enjoy. Yep. I do. And just to kind of cross over both episodes, it's very interesting because what you tell me, Andres, you really do get a mixed bag with him because he does Jeffrey Dean Morgan does a really good job of conveying a reformed Negan, right? Like the inner Negan that was there, right? But didn't he wasn't able for it to come out. It took a while, but to the point where he talks at one point and even flat out tells Maggie that he tried to kill the Crow, right? The Croat, excuse me.
Right, yeah.
He tried to kill him when he realized what he'd unleashed, right? Like what he fucking, who he basically took in, right? And he overdid it because he was essentially the Croat is one of the saviors, right? A member of the saviors when that Negan ran that is literally was the torturer and interrogator for Negan.
He's he's a villain.
He is. He's a villain in the series. It's a very simple series, very contained. He's the villain, and you get the impression, don't you, Andre, that he sort of is almost kind of is like the kingpin in a way.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's sort of like Negan was like the kingpin, and then you see, Karak, he's kind of like what you say, like the next person, the next new kingpin taking over, for the empire.
If it's possible to have an underworld, like an underworld crime element in a post apocalyptic society, they have it in the series. It's there, right?
Yeah.
Like, which is interesting, right? And they bring that layer to it. They have that sub layer, where they show us a functioning bar.
Yes.
Like a functioning bar with electricity and like money. People are paying for their drinks of money.
We have
right?
the law, like we have police people.
Yeah. It's very interesting. And of course, Jeffrey D. Morgan does this great job delivering with Negan, and I think I think that it really I find it very interesting. I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel it very interesting that Lauren Cohen and Jeffrey Dean still have that desire to keep playing these characters.
Yeah. I think the Walking Dead like creative team here are really great people, and I think the Walking Dead franchise are like our family. So like I think that's the one key thing that's been successful with the Walking Dead, that like everyone is committed to this like franchise and all that, So, but yeah, I mean, like Jeffrey D. Morgan's a great actor. He's fun. he's great. Like he's a great actor, and I think there's a lot more to do with Negan in the show. And I like how he balanced like the redeemable Negan now, the new Negan, but he's showing a side of the apocalypse that we don't talk about. Like he had to be evil because he was trying to survive. And his people that he had.
And that again derives out of that conversation they have when they eventually, at one point in season, I believe it's episode 2, they do actually end up sort of like almost imprisoned in a bathroom when they run into a group, just another group like in The Walking Dead, another group of like survivors, right? Surviving, right? That does, kind of, catch them up, hold them up and whatnot and everything, right? And I believe them. Maggie gives them some bullshit story of what they're doing. Right.
Yeah.
But essentially the premise is that, which they established very quickly, that essentially the Croat kidnaps Herschel Jr. Right. And which is of course, Maggie and what's his name? Glenn's son, right? So he's, his name is Herschel Ree, just like her last name is Ree. And essentially, at that point, it goes right in where, it starts right off where she's trying to find Negan for help in New York.
Yep.
That's where because she knows that's where the Croat's at. She needs Negan's help. And essentially, Negan is a wanted man. And they insert these marshals, right, into the series, which is a new element. It's very interesting. They insert these marshals into the series, and there happens to be one of them who I really enjoy. I think it's absolutely great. He is, let's see right here. Charles.
Yeah.
As Curly Armstrong, a marshal from New Babylon. Tasked with hunting down Negan. That's his job.
Yeah.
Because Negan is like a wanted man. Everybody wants Negan. The Crow wants Negan, right? For trying to kill him.
Yep.
Knows he's there. And then of course on top of that, and this is the only thing this is the one part that didn't really do anything for me. When we first have Maggie find Negan, which props to like Maggie has a great action scene, doesn't she?
Yes. Yeah, with the shoe knife. Oh my god, that was great.
When they sniff out that like she's not, like on the up and up, right? or whatever. They
Yeah.
they have a bad vibe with her. She basically just kills everybody. And that's after they start off the episode by having her kill a walker, right? And literally just like pulverize its head.
Great.
Which was epic. It was epic. They tried to make it more epic than it was, but it still was epic.
Yeah. Yeah.
They wanted to show. I guess they wanted us to show her real emotional strife or something like that.
Well, I mean, right now she's like vulnerable. Like she's compromised. She's like vulnerable, compromised. Like this is a personal mission. She's trying to rescue her son. Like you get it, and she's trying desperately to get the son. Which because look, everyone died around her. Like her whole family's dead. Like if you didn't see the show, like her father, the sister died.
She watched and die right in front of herself, right in front of her.
Yeah. Which we see a couple of flashbacks here.
They do. Yep. They show her, and you know what? That's where I stopped, folks. I stopped watching The Walking Dead right there. I would not. When I found out that they were going to kill Glenn, as I told Andres, I couldn't watch the episode. I could not do it.
No. And if you are a Walking Dead fan or like a comic book fan, of course I know that he died in the comic, but still it was kind of like
it was a gut punch, man.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, it was a gut punch. I mean, I didn't want to lose any of them, Abraham, any of them. But
I was shocked about Abraham's death. That was cool.
No, but I eventually did watch it. I did. Right, but for me, that I really felt I was a diehard Walking Dead fan at that point. I was, I watched every show, but I just could not handle that one. I could not do it. I'm too emotional about that stuff. I am too personal. Either way, though, I love Maggie. I do.
Yep.
And she's great with Negan. There's no question about that. She has great chemistry with Negan. They're a great combination. I love them together. I would have loved to have seen them if they would. I really wish that they would have followed through in that. They would have done the Daryl Carol series and whatnot. That I really wanted that one. I'm glad they're going to do the Daryl one, and I understand the actress that plays Carol did not want to play the character anymore. I get it.
No.
I don't blame her. But what she did with that character was outstanding for me. That she basically was the GOAT. Like she was my Monica Rambeau award winner in The Walking Dead. Because in the comic books, her character is not even important.
No. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. You're right. Like she's like a minor
revolution throughout this. Even I pay attention to that. Right. Even I did follow the show. I did watch through season 6 and 7 later on, and I caught some of the episodes. Her evolution was unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. It was season 5 when that came out, and she was like a badass. I was like, oh my god, it was just crazy. Yeah.
As the years go by, even into 6, 7, and 8, and whatnot, and everything, like she just becomes more ruthless. You know what I mean? Like to the point where she is like literally, like with the Terminex shit. Well, you're season 5. You're talking about like the Terminex stuff and whatnot, and everything. Where like, she's like a one-woman army and shit.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
I forgot. You're right. That is when she really like went all out. That's when she did turn and became like the killer. Like
the killer side. Hold on. Hold on, Connie. No.
The actress.
Carl. I mean, she's very she's older, so I don't know how long she could keep up with the actor scenes and all that. So it makes sense that she's not coming back, which is a shame because I think you could have done a spin-off around 7 or 8, spin-off from there. I don't know.
It's for me. It's like it's a personal bias thing. I just loved her. I love Carol. I always loved her. I always thought she was one of the best characters in the show. I always did. Right. So for me, I just was really pumped at the idea of her with Daryl together. Honestly, those first couple of seasons, their relationship was always one of the coolest things, I thought. Like their dynamic, because she was the closest to him. Like there wasn't anybody that was more closer to him than her.
Yeah. Well, and just remember, like,
Rick, maybe.
Yeah, Rick or Maggie's sister. She was getting close to him during 3 and 4. Well, 4, three, 4, 5, around there, before they separated. So.
Yeah. But no. To concentrate on Dead City, you tell me, Andres. Now again, once Maggie finds Negan, he has this Jenny girl that's a mute, right? That he's like taking care of her because her father died, and she's gonna play some kind of role in the whole series. They don't. She's not very active in these first 2 episodes.
No,
but at one point, wasn't it in episode 2? Where for some reason they actually they did a flashback off her.
Yeah.
The hilltop, right? With Maggie and her son.
I remember.
It came right off her. Remember, she's at the hilltop, right?
Yeah.
Because Negan has asked Maggie to take her in, right?
Yes.
She's at the top.
Yeah. So episode 2, if he dies, he asks Maggie to take care of it. If everything, if something goes wrong, if something happens to him, I remember now. That's in episode 2 when they arrive.
They do. They literally show her a room, and all of a sudden they do the flashback with Maggie at Hilltop years earlier with Herschel off her. I don't think it's her having the flashback. It's just off her scene.
I saw the episode. I think I missed the flashback.
Yeah, it's just her talking to Herschel and explaining to him the importance of being prepared because he misses drills or whatnot. You know what I mean? Whatnot, or whatever, right? And this is like her when she's running Hilltop and she's like paranoid, right? Like you've always got to be on guard, like that kind of deal.
Yeah, that's true.
No, so basically, the premise is very simple from that point. Essentially, we find out that the Croat sort of, I guess, almost runs New York. Like you can't leave the island without him, like without his permission, essentially.
Yeah, and then he has traps. Like he's very much like the top of the food chain in New York. So like he's already running operations. So he's like pretty much having his own army, which is good.
No, it's interesting. I can't wait for them to explain more about his whole organization. Like he's got this whole group of like his like soldiers that wear like motorcycle helmets,
which is cool.
Right? And like essentially they're the reason why we end up seeing that whole dichotomy with Negan, where he goes back to old ruthless ass Negan when he has to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? Like, when at one point they do get snatched up, right? With this group, and they do get kind of like, get almost like imprisoned. Negan's become more of a diplomat now, right? Like he's actually in a way, he's more of a strategist than Maggie is.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he is. He's more logical and more sort of like, I guess, not as biased or emotional about things as Maggie, to where I'm not saying calculative. I'm just saying, he's looking to parlay. Like he's, when they're in prison, his whole thought process is we can learn information from these people, right? Like, maybe we can get resources from them. Who knows? But like, it wouldn't hurt for us to like, try to help them out for them to help us out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and then like he, like show, like he helped them by fearing the Carton's army by slitting the guy and like doing the knock thing, which is so freaking.
Is it good? Want to feel some rain?
Yeah, yeah, and he like scratch his like his whole organ. It's like, oh my god. So
With a
yeah,
knife he's been sharpening all day.
yeah, yeah, that was really cool. But then it was cool when because Maggie is like behind him, seeing this whole,
Yeah,
know,
you see your face afterwards. Yeah,
yeah, and then he has to switch of from maniac Negan to like passes
Triple
Negan.
that Negan. Yeah,
Yeah, so that was like great seeing the show. Like he's I mean he's doing what he's doing. He's doing what a survivor is doing. So makes
that's right.
sense.
That's right. And you know what? Just like when we covered The Last of Us, look, Negan may be reformed, but like violence is still a necessary aspect of like this life.
Yes.
That has not changed, right? Like what I'm saying, it's literally a kill or be killed reality. As always. You know what I mean? It's the only difference being that obviously, although Andres already pointed out they did a great job of mixing in the walkers, and I'm sure they're going to do lots of stuff with that too. I know they're going to do good stuff with that. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But this looks like it's going to be more of a, just like in The Walking Dead, we're going to get a lot more human on human being where the violence and the killing is going to be.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, zombie apocalypse and it's like movies and TV always done a really good job of like exploring the dark side of humanity, and we're seeing that throughout this first two episodes really well. Like the walkers are a threat, but they're not the monsters we're dealing with. It's always the humans are the monsters. And you're seeing Karlak, he's like pure evil monster,
Yeah,
and
he's literally like just a sadistic fuck.
yeah, because if you see the preview, he's gonna make that Marshall fight walkers in the cave.
Yeah, he has some kind of like
Arena.
Thunderdome, fight, shit or whatever, whatnot. They show it, don't they, in episode 2?
Yeah,
Don't we
yeah.
see it?
Towards the end of the episode, yeah.
Yeah,
They show you that.
Get some of that net and that trap. The Marshall, the one that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they grab him, the fucking the gang. But let me drop this trailer real quick and we'll just talk about that for a minute. We'll get the hell out of here.
We gotta find a way out of here.
Yo, what the
Very
fuck?
nice.
What was that thing, bro?
Oh my god, from Resident Evil, we're
What the
crossing
hell was
over.
that thing, bro?
I don't know. Oh, so that did remind me. During the trailer, the survivors that Megan and Negan get captured, they were holding this. What was it like drill they use? And
They
then
didn't have guns. The chick had a nail gun.
yeah,
Right? Yeah, like a modified nail gun.
Yep.
Right? Like that she uses it, and it is like no joke. Like she
like
kills
use it, and it's like a grappling gun, and it shoots at the person. It's like crazy.
But no, the other dude just has like some kind of tool too, like a power tool.
Yeah, so that's neat. Like, that's actually a good useful thing for apocalypse, zombie apocalypse.
No shit right there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was very funny when we got to that in episode 2. I was like, oh wow. But yeah. Oh, and the Marshal, like he went to like an apartment that he know because that was like a family member. That was kind of neat. But it was kind of stupid for him not to realize there was like a trap. Like, how do you not notice that trap?
No, it's super. He's a good. I like that character too. I do.
He's a good character. I love him.
I like the side characters. I just don't know about. We'll have to see about those two that we're talking about from the group from the survivors. They're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna end up. They're gonna be a part of the team, the squad, with Negan and Maggie, right?
Yeah, I mean they're gonna help him like get into that like dome, whatever, and like I guess Madison Square.
That dome scene is that Maggie? Like she's not in the dome.
Like
they just jump to her fighting like the walkers or some point, whatnot or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah,
she's not actually in the dome.
Well, I don't know. Like, is that in the Madison Square Garden? Like, is that the arena that the Marshal is at? Like,
Madison Square Garden's bigger than that.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see in the next couple episodes.
No,
But
I feel like that's gonna be episode 3. I do.
we'll see. Well,
The-
we're gonna see that in the next episode with Marshall.
yeah, I think we're gonna toss him in the ring. I guess it's gonna be him versus Walkers or some shit, probably, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where the mutant things come from. Maybe the Croat. Think about it. He's diabolical as fuck. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else can you think of that would want to actually like experiment? Right?
Well, that's true. Like, I guess that could be like an underground, like, because here's the thing. Like, every time, like, they like throw over the the walkers. Every time in the show, like, they always put them in a pile underground, like a deep hole. I could believe that could be like a underground deep hole where they like drop all the dead walkers down there. That kind of like she had to go to that direction to get get into like the layer of the bad guy, right? But she has to face the walkers because some of them don't die. Like, you have to kill them.
Or they could have just tossed her into a pit.
That's true. I'm kind of curious. Yeah.
You gotta like fight her way through the fucking through 1,000 walkers like Rick did that one time.
Yes, I remember that one.
There's no way to not have the parallels, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, and they know that. Like, there's no way around it. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the hook.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of those things. How can you not you can't not mention the contrast and stuff and whatnot when you see this kind of stuff.
No, and they're doing that intentionally too, because it's a sequel to the.
It's a spin-off. The series is The Walking Dead, Dead City.
Yeah.
Right. So that, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty much all I think we got, folks, on Dead City for our first couple of reviews. We'll probably do this next Monday. We'll do more of like a full, I guess, more depth, probably episode 3 review. That's actually more like episode orientated since it's just one show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds right, Andre. That sounds, I think, more fair.
Yeah, because we had to catch up from.
Maybe focus on a little bit more. You know what I mean, and kind of get a little bit more in detail. And who knows? We have no idea what we're even looking into for episode 3 yet. Just to be clear, the titles. One last thing. Before I forget, because I think it is important, I like to mention this. The title of the first episode was Old Acquaintances.
Yep.
The title
can say that.
Was
Who's There?
Yes. I think it's important. Titles are important.
Yeah. So episode 1, Old Acquaintances, is very true because Negan and Megan know each other, so that makes sense. And of course, I think Negan say that. Old coincidence in the episode 1, so like it was there. Who's There? Yeah. So, and Who's There is basically like they're in New York, but they're like trespassing in like areas where they should not belong, and so like
we're being introduced new characters. You know what I'm saying, and whatnot, right? Like they're opening up the world, or like opening up what's going on in the city. And I think we'll probably get more of that throughout the episodes too. Yeah, they'll add different characters in without question. There's not what we have so far is not all the only ones we're going to have. But on to plugs. As I talked about earlier, this would be the YouTube channel right here that we need to get to 1,000 subscribers here real quick.
Yeah. So So here we go, folks. This is my first channel, Andreas Pop Culture Channel Presents. Guess what? 780 subscribers currently. Thank you everyone for supporting me. Just hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. So I've been having a great time. Tonight I'm gonna post my Spider-Woman Gwen Stacy Andreas Pop Culture tribute because I like Spider-Verse, the movies, and I really like Gwen Stacy as a character. So you're gonna see that now after this podcast is over. But yeah, and then after that I will post my Andreas Pop Culture episode 5 with 2 movies that me and Chris saw. Of course, The Flash. You're gonna hear Chris his opinions on The Flash. He was very disappointed about the film. And we saw a horror comedy, The Blackening. It was very fun, Jeff, I want you to see that movie. It was hilarious. It was one
Was
of
it
the best.
funny?
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so funny. I was so happy I saw that last Monday. So it was really great. I highly recommend that. I tried what is it? Chick-fil-A. It was fun too. So
You
but
tried
yeah.
Chick-fil-A? Was it good? Did you have a chicken sandwich?
No, I tried the four chicken stripes, whatever they call that. You know,
Chicken
so
strips?
yeah. So I tried that. That was really good. The milkshake is great. So yeah, and here's my second channel, DC Marvel Plus Talk. 413 subscribers. Very good. Yeah. Again, I just posted my top 10 favorite Iron Man villains. Because he's gonna have his 60th anniversary this year, so I'm gonna post that. Tomorrow I'm gonna post my versus Reddit review on Man of Steel on this channel. Yeah, that's what's going on. It's going on as usual.
There you go. Let's try to get this one up to like 500 or 600 by the end of the year here, folks, please. And of course, the MCU'S Bleeding Edge YouTube channel and podcast. We're almost at 25,000 subs. And we got some big things. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm going to keep it to myself for one. Keep my mouth shut. But we have some big things coming up. Oops. Because I'm dropping my cell phone. Thank you, Otterbox. No, but we have some big things coming up. I'm just leaving that like that and whatnot in terms of like what platforms, new platforms we're going to be being on here soon. Like we're going to be having some more exposure. We're going to be, let's just say we're going to be kind of like going up into the big leagues a little bit here pretty soon in the next couple months. And I'm going to leave it at that. But you'll see what I'm talking about very soon. We thank you very much. We appreciate you. This is, of course, the first episode of the MCU Bleeding Edge Report. Thank you, Andres, Pop Culture Guy, for joining me.
Yep, no problem.
Out there. Everybody have a wonderful week. Come join us on Wednesday evening, 9:35 p.m. Eastern, 6:35 p.m. Pacific. Secret Invasion Episode 2 review. Friday, Casino.
Yes.
The classic Casino. We're doing
my God, so say it.
Sunday, Part 1, Andor Season 1 recap of a Part 3. Matthew from Australia will be on it. Everybody loves him. Can't go wrong with that guy. He's a good dude. Sure, people are good people, man. I love me some Aussies. But no, we're going to have some great people on the panels. As always, Saturday Night Shark, we love you, brother. And everybody, God bless you. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Yep. See you.
Said, excuse me, you don't understand where I'm at. I was all around the world, on span, across the map. I've been laying low and